Although for the neutral observer that's an epic, but how does the home coach navigate that journey?
Yeah, it was really good start to the game. Then, a couple of poor last plays, run on last there, left edge. Suwali made a poor read, and they get a try, and then the kick back across. I think where Bird scores, 20-12. It was sort of, we felt like we were more dominant than that, but they sort of did well to get those couple of tries, and then we get out of half time, get a bit more of a lead, and then our left edge opens up, I think 3 times there for tries. So it ends up becoming tit for tat. And then I thought we did really well, obviously, the last 20 minutes to be down to 10, 26 all, to navigate that 10 minutes and then to get the field goal. So I thought the last 20, obviously, we had to do really well to finish that off. But that 10-minute period in between the 50 and 60th, really, that was pretty frustrating.
What did you do well in that last period of the game when you were down a man and at 26 all and they had all the momentum?
Yeah, I felt like we defended the midfield quite well with 12 men. I feel like we did quite well in that area. And then, we got out of our own end and we just shifted it, from my view, left to right. We just shifted it left a little bit more in their territory. We didn't have any errors during that period, and we forced a couple. So it was just, it was sort of well managed. Should you have been down a man? Because Victor was adamant post-game it was a head clash. It was head-on-head and not shoulder-to-head. Yeah, so I've only... The angles that I just went and had a look at it over and over again. So I see the head clash. That's the shots that... I didn't see any shoulder contact from any... I don't think any of the televisions that I saw. But I know there's more angles. So Rads was adamant that it was head-on-head. You see where the head contact is. But yeah, unless they show more angles there, then I can only go on what I've seen so far. Did he have to pass an HIA, during that sin bin period? No, not that I know of, no.
Teddy, what did you make of the decision? Because it sounded like you weren't too happy with the call.
Yeah, well, Rads was adamant it was a head-on-head. That's what I saw. Again, I didn't see all the angles, but I just said, I feel like if it was anyone else but Victor would have been okay, but I think Victor gets, I don't know if there's any contact around the head or head clash. Yeah, Victor just gets a bit harshly treated there. But again, I haven't seen all angles, so I don't know. But I thought it was head on head.
Do you think that's the case, Robbo, that referees treat Victor differently to other players?
I think Victor gets treated differently, yeah, just because of the aggression that he plays with, yeah.
Robbo, what do you make of Luke Keary came off his 8 under 7 role? Media about that.
Yep.
The experience, it was hardly going to affect him, but it was a new role for him. What did you make of it?
Yeah, I felt like he, I felt like he attacked really well. To be honest, I think that's why he won the medal. It was a bit harsh on the bloke next to me, but I feel like he did really well, moving the team around, creating opportunities, setting up the field goal. So I felt like on that side of the ball he was really good.
What did you make of him, Teddy?
Kiri, yeah, it was awesome. I think, me and Joey, we instinctive players want to hands on the ball, but Kiri had to sort of lead the team around the park and let me and Joey play a bit of footy. So, as I said, he's done it before. He's very experienced. So I think it was really important for us in that role and led the team around well and had some great touches of the ball, obviously, as well.
And how did you think working with Joey Manu, Robert, the two of them together? And does that Joey Manu try sort of symbolise why you want him in the half so he gets his hands on the ball more often?
Yeah, I felt like he was searching today. I felt like he was good at different times, and I felt like he was really working hard to find his way into the role. So that ended up in some nice footy, and then it ended up in some sort of one-out play. So it looks like there's some stuff to work on there.
Just a word on the forwards, Rob. I thought when the game was there to be won at the start, Jared and Lindsay set the platform. Some nice soft touches with the pass, and that seemed to break the defensive line a bit open for the guys like Teddy to do their stuff. Yeah,
I think I think it was the first 2 tries, the Rads to... Was it Rads to Egan?
Yeah.
And then it was Jazz to Rads, some really nice combination plays there. And that's our style. Like that's when we're at our best, and they've laid the platform week after week after week there. We need to put sort of that 30 minutes, span it over half time, and then back into the second half there. So they've been laying the platform for a long time.
And how's Daniel Tupou?
I don't think great with that hammy. It looked like the old sniper in the crowd, and it looked like he hasn't had one before, so it doesn't feel great at the moment.
Trent, you talk about Victor getting treated differently. I think you've had similar comments on Jared in the past there. Is there anything you can do? Can you talk to the NRL, ask for a please explain, or to be further looked at?
Well, that's it doesn't mean that's the truth. That's my opinion, that's Ted's opinion, but that doesn't mean it's real. We might be biased. There's a good chance that it is, but he's we feel like if it's a 50-50 in a physical contact, then Rads has been on the other end of it. So, but that's an opinion. I don't think that's fact about it at all.
Robert, you mentioned Suaalii there. He seems to have a bit of a struggle at times on the left edge. Is that something to do with him being new at the role, or what's your opinion?
No, I felt like he was. I felt maybe the first one. He's up ahead of the line there. He should have been back a metre, and he would have had better sight on that last play. But then the last couple were just tackles. That they're going to happen in any position. He was in the right positions. He just needed to nail those tackles along with Kez.
Is that something that you've been looking at in his game to improve this year, or is it just the sort of thing that happens at any time?
No, it's come up a couple of times, and he needs to improve on that.
You mentioned that, about the forwards doing well. I thought Brandon Smith had a really interesting role in the first half. He seemed to be moving the ball wider than he usually does. Was that something you noticed at the time?
Look, there was some. That first try. I think it was the first try. That was really nice service from him. But it's not as much a plan as when we're moving together like that. He does have those options when our forwards are all connected and moving. Then we can move it around between tight to the ruck and moving it a bit wider.
And his ankle, all right? He looked like he was struggling a bit.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure, but he had ice on it just then.
Teddy, Luke Keary's not a prodigious field goal kicker. That was number 5 today. Was it always going to be Kez, and was it always going to be that set?
We talked about it. I think it was a penalty. We said, we'll look for it at the end of the set. With Sammy out, Kez is out, number 1 goal kicker, number 1 field goal kicker. So it wasn't well ran. We sort of linked Joey, went to run and passed it back to him, but he nailed it. So I think he's kicked a few. So we're comfortable with him having that role.
Teddy, away from the results, so to speak, there was an incident in the second half where someone got on the field and was able to get hands on Zach Lomax. I'm not sure if you noticed that, but it was a pitch invader. How much of a concern is that?
Oh, I didn't say that.
Right, yeah, well, he got on the field, was on for a while, then hugged Zach Lomax almost. Like, is that a concern from a player's perspective if fans are able to get that close to you guys? Yeah,
it's very dangerous. Who knows what the invader could have on them, or attack a player. So that is a bit scary. Obviously, security need to be better there and not allow pitch invaders to be in contact with any players.
Teddy, you're a big fan of Sam Walker, but how did the spine feel for you tonight from your perspective?
As I said, Keary I thought led us around really well, and allowed me and Joey and Cheese to sort of get our hands on the ball and have some really good touches, but it's still a work in progress. It wasn't as smooth. I feel like we didn't really have much attacking opportunities in the second half, or at all really. It was sort of midfield or down to our end. So it's going to take some time, but Joey's a world-class player, a golden boot winner, so just having him around the ball as much as possible is definitely a positive for our team.
Robert, did that, with Luke taking control I suppose, of the halves and the role that Joey played, did that, Victor seemed to be ball playing a bit more, right, and especially early on?
Yeah, Victor's pretty prominent in the way that we run things. He's pretty dominant there anyway. But that he didn't take any more responsibility than normal. Kez or Sammy in the past as well. Like they've all been quite dominant around Rads about what they want from him.
Teddy, can I just ask you about your opposite fullback tonight? Slowly, obviously, he's really imposed himself in the game. He's got a young kid. I know he looks up to you.
Yeah, he came up after the game actually. He wanted to get a photo and said he looked up to me. So I thought he had a great game, especially the second half. He sort of took the game on and had some really good touches. He's fast, but I think people underestimate how strong he is. So he got them back in the game with some of his touches, and sort of said to him he's gotten better and better. He's improved out of sight. So he's a young kid with a lot of talent, and just keep working hard. And who knows, how good his career is going to be.
Teddy talks about it taking time. The halves are spine there. I assume the plan going forward is you'll give them that time. That'll be your halves for the next little bit.
Don't know. I made a call for this week. It's a tough one. You've got injuries in the back line, and you've got, there's a few different things to throw up there. But I'll make that decision tomorrow. Is what I'll do. I'll have a look tonight how it went, and then make that call tomorrow. As I said, it's a tough week there when you make a call like that because of the scrutiny that goes to everybody. But it's hard to tell everybody out there that you believe in someone, but by putting them in reserve grade. But that's the truth. You want the development of our game. It's not the end of the world going to reserve grade and playing. So I'll make that call tomorrow. Thanks.